Hello, everybody. Welcome to At Haunted Sponge Definitely Solves Hunt-A-Killer. This time, 1968. I am here with Detective... Can I give away your name?
Yeah.
Your last name? Detective Palmer, to my right. You may be familiar with Allie. She helped me out with the Season 2 finale of Hunt-A-Killer. Could not have solved the end of that mystery without Allie, as a matter of fact. And there are many hunters out there, other Hunt-A-Killer players, who seem to be aware of that fact as well. So
they finally caught on to what's going on here.
Yeah. So thank you for helping me.
I'm also Will's wife, which he forgot to mention.
Well, for all I know, we're just good friends who live together. So here we are. We've got Hunt-A-Killer 1968 in front of us. This is Hunt-A-Killer's second premium box. You can get your own at huntakiller.com/1968. Obviously, spoiler warnings are in full effect.
Yeah.
We are about to open this box. We are about to discuss everything that we possibly can about this mystery.
We're going to know everything.
But first, I want to set the scene so that everybody is on the same page. This is Hunt-A-Killer's description of this mystery from their own website.
Okay, perfect.
huntakiller.com/1968. Americans have I can't read.
Oh.
Americans had responded to the social and political turmoil of the late 1960s in a variety of ways, but none are more curious than that of the Walker family.
Huh.
The Walkers formed Oasis, a commune deep in the Gila National Forest in 1966. Removed from the world they once knew, the Walkers pursued a life free of violence and political strife, encouraging love and unity above all else. That all changed in 1968, when Beatrice Walker was found dead. There was no evidence at the scene that suggested murder, but Beatrice's sister had her suspicions. Dorothy has spent nearly 50 years trying to discover what happened to Beatrice. Can you help Dorothy piece the clues together, find the killer, and bring the case to rest?
Yes.
The answer is yes.
Yes, we can.
We can do that. Dorothy, don't worry about a thing.
We got it.
We're going to figure out who killed Beatrice. So in typical Hunt-A-Killer premium box fashion, we have this solution envelope right on the top. As you can see, it has not been opened, tampered with, not in any way, shape, or form.
It's not even like lifted off the box.
No, it's part of the box.
It's part of the box.
Might be able to take the top off with the envelope.
Nice.
So here we go. The thing you were all afraid of. The contents of 1968. Now, Allie and I have already cracked this box open.
Yes.
We didn't want to be sitting here reading notes in front of you. So, Allie, why don't you show them a few things that are in this box?
I recall last time we tried to open this box, it was glued shut, so I just kept working until it was open.
Just wedged this little treasure chest open.
The crumb out of it. And then in here is a bunch of little pieces of paper, which have letters on them in different colors. Definitely letters of some sort to solve something. That's a common theme we're going to be seeing with this box of secret things that we're supposed to solve.
Weird ciphers and...
Ciphers. Looks like they were written on all different types of paper, like the attention to detail.
Yeah, I was curious about this. This looks like a note card. This is a piece of like yellow notebook paper.
This one has a little heart on it, which makes me think they're love notes or something.
Spiral bound paper. And then like a manila envelope or something.
No, it's almost like a Post-it, but with no sticky.
Yeah, you're right. And then
a little tiny thing. It's a little wolf.
Yeah, a little wolf pendant.
Can they see that at all?
I don't know. Maybe in post I'll put a clear picture of it up.
So it's a little wolf. He's oohing, and it says 925 on the back.
He's going, ow! Next up in the box, we have this. This is a, what is it called? Scrapbook kind of deal? So there are here, photo album. Bunch of pictures of Oasis, the commune. You can see that I've already gone through this. I've added my own handwritten notes, some details that you can't see just at a glance. But so this seems to document this family's time in the Oasis, this little commune in the 60s.
Here's Jeffrey Tambor.
He does look like Jeffrey Tambor. I believe that this is the guy who runs the Oasis. I think that's Walter.
Okay. Walter Walker?
Walter, yeah, Dub. WW.
All right. That's a name.
We have a little pipette with some sort of a disgusting residue goo inside of it. I don't know about that. They're doing some form of science experiments, I assume.
Oh, that's all it could be.
We have the Hunt a Killer 1968 Welcome to 1968 inventory card, which I'm familiar with from the monthly mysteries. And then we have a couple of letters, which I think are the proper place to start our discussion here. So the first one that I read was this one, from the desk of Matthew. This letter is written to Audrey, who I'm still not sure who it is. Matthew says the following. I know it's been a while. I think it's time to tell someone what I know. I just don't have a heart strong enough to tell Dorothy. Maybe you can tell her when she finds you. This letter is from whoever Matthew is. He essentially explains a little bit of the background of what this commune was. Their uncle Walter, so they have a grandpa named John, who was a priest.
Okay.
All right. Then there's Walter, son of John. In fact,
Woo!
John begat Walter. Uncle Walter broke away and set up the Oasis after Grandpa died. Unfortunately for him and all of us, it wasn't quite the same. It was so political, you see. Mother and Uncle Walter were at each other's throats. It was always Chief Elder this or Bloodline that. It was maddening.
Ooh.
I was just a vermin catcher at Oasis. Matthew would catch rats, but then eventually his role changed when Walter started asking Matthew to get items so that they could do rituals. So he was in charge of procuring skin, blood, and venom. He says, I admit, soon I was just as much a part of their corrupt system as they were. That's when I knew I had to get out. I left for the outside world. But that's not why I'm writing you. You see, they say Beatrice died of natural causes, but I don't think that's true. So I'm unclear on what Matthew actually knows, what he believes he knows.
Sorry. Will just totally missed something very important, which is that the vermin that he was catching are snakes. He took care of snakes. He was the only one who could handle the snakes. His mom hated it. She didn't like snakes and couldn't be near them. But Uncle Walter wanted him to get skin, blood, and venom. I'm thinking from snakes. Not from humans.
From snakes.
You didn't talk about that.
Well, we're also going to see snake skin in here.
I know.
I already wonder if that pipette had venom or blood in it.
I hope. No.
You know? One of the advertisements for 1968 on Hunt a Killer's website is a video that has a lot of sort of like satanic panic type imagery. People running around in the woods and then seeing a pentagram carved on like a statue's face and stuff. I'm wondering if the Oasis, this little commune, this hippie commune to be out in the wilderness and be safe, was actually hiding a bizarre satanic cult. And maybe, this is my preliminary guess, Beatrice died maybe accidentally during some sort of satanic ritual.
I definitely think Satan and the devil is involved somehow.
I definitely think Satan should be in jail.
Arrest Satan. Okay, so these little things came in these envelopes, as I recall.
Yes.
These letters.
That's
so what
true.
came in here?
What do you mean?
This little envelope.
Oh,
this one? It was all
yeah,
wrapped
maybe.
up?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was all folded up.
So here's another letter written to Audrey as well. And Will apparently read it already.
Yeah.
So tell me the gist,
You
but
want the
don't leave
gist?
anything out.
Why don't I just read it real quick then?
Okay.
Because maybe we'll just be better safe than sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, this will be more of a deep dive. The premium boxes, Hunt a Killer always says, are more like a movie. If you think about their monthly boxes as if they're sending you an episode of a show or a chapter of a book, these are more intense. So maybe we'll have to do a deeper dive here. So this letter is from Dorothy. Now, as you recall...
Why are you saying that weird?
Dorothy.
Okay, that's better.
I say Dorothy like Dorthy. Yeah. Dear Audrey, I hope you are well. I know it's been quite some time since I've heard from you or you from me. I apologize for my part in our falling out, as do I forgive any circumstances behind your silence. It is all water under the bridge, and I hope that we might be able to move past anything troubling our relationship. There is, unfortunately, a reason why I'm reaching out to you. As you know, shortly after we spoke that spring of 1966, so Audrey, I had already been thinking like maybe she is a younger person now learning about this old history, but I guess this means that Audrey was there in 1966 as well.
Yeah, but isn't it 1968 right now?
Good question. The way that I read it, it's like as if it's been 50 years since these events occurred.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
As you know, my parents moved Beatrice and I to a small secretive commune in the Gila National Forest. It was their response to the world's emergent terrors. They loathed what the world had shown itself to be. Every night the news was consumed by foreign conflicts, and the struggle over civil rights grew beyond restless. It felt as if it was the collapse of our country as we knew it. Seeing nothing but turmoil in the world, mother and father hoped that the commune would give us a much-needed sense of solace and release. I believe that's as much as you know. For a time, my family lived happily in Oasis. Beatrice and I were not used to so many trees in one place.
The density of trees was shocking, utterly.
Yeah, the thing I most remember is how many trees there were in such a confined area.
Well, maybe if you're from a city and you've only seen trees on the sides of streets.
Absolutely. I get it. It was just funny phrasing.
It's funny.
And so we spent most of our days in the woods. We'd often find ways to code messages and deliver them to one another secretly, leaving them in hollowed out stumps, under rocks, or carved into the trees themselves. Note to self, we have a lot of photographs to look at later. Maybe we should be looking closely at trees.
Are you going to keep elbowing me this whole time?
Hey, you.
Okay.
That way, if anyone found them, our secrets would be safe. You remember how we used to do this as kids, don't you? Oh, how Hobart grew so frustrated, Hobart, when he would intercept our notes only to find our nonsense words.
Oh, Got it.
Got
Tree
some nonsense
notes.
words
Tree
right there.
notes.
It was not all fun, though. Most days we had chores, and Mother taught us lessons in reading, science, and arithmetic in the morning. But the rest of the days were ours to be had, and it is true that we had lived mostly carefree life. Come to think of it.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I know.
Do you want me to read some?
Yeah, you read this
Okay.
page.
Okay. Our only access to the outside world came through Uncle Walter.
You want me to take over again?
No. He informed the adults of current events and would sometimes find books for us to read as long as they remained overwhelmingly peaceful in nature. I believe it was his way of asserting that the Oasis was the only sanctuary for us in the world. This became clearer in 1968 after the Tet Offensive and the assassination of Dr. King, which allowed Uncle Walter to paint a grim picture of the global future. He began to infect everyone with paranoia and suspicion. Then he drafted the Oasis Charter, the tenets by which we were all expected to live and die by. He began arranging marriages. Beatrice was going to be the first. She was expected to marry Ben. We'd gotten as far as the rehearsal dinner, which took place the night before the wedding itself, but then Beatrice died that night in her sleep. At least, that is what we were told by the Elder Council. I will never forget the next morning when I found her. She lied across the bed, lifeless, staring through me with those dark, dead eyes. Her wedding gown hung from her closet door, set there to be worn not even 5 hours from then. They will tell you that I was blinded by grief, but I know that something was wrong. It is something that torments me to this day. And yet, remorsefully, I eventually found happiness again. Ben and I married, whom I later learned always favored me, and we enjoyed a quiet, fulfilling marriage despite such tragic events haunting our pasts. It was what we thought she would have wanted for us. Still, over the years, I've tried to understand the reason for the untimely death of my sister, and now that Ben too has passed, it seems even more important than ever. I'm therefore reaching out to you, dear cousin. Dangerous, yes, but please do not worry for me. Since Ben's death, I've been a de facto leader and protected from prosecution for these offenses. Though, for the offenses?
Yeah, I know. That really
Whoa.
makes it seem like there was some collapse. and
Though,
a lot of people
for
went
the
down.
same reason, I am forced to stay in Oasis. I cannot leave while the council is deliberating a new chief elder. They still need me, and I believe that in my old age I need them too. Perhaps one day I will come and find you. Then you can tell me what happened to Beatrice and ease my soul. Do you want to go, or do you want me to go?
Yeah, sure. In the package accompanying this letter, you will find everything that I had been able to stow away relating to my sister's death. My book of scraps and memories. I've included some things I found in a cigar box that belonged to Ben as well. Lastly, I'm giving you my old jewelry box. I can't seem to get it open, but something tells me there may be some worthwhile trinket inside if you can get it open. All of these together consist of my entire collection, the historiography of the death of my beloved sister Beatrice. I hope this letter finds its way to you. I am sending it to your last known address in my book. I will instruct Hobart to get it into the hands of Matthew. Your brother has proved to be a successful smuggler in the past, and Matthew is the only person that I know to be living on the outside. I have missed him these many years since he left Oasis. I am sure he will find his way to you with my precious cargo. Sincerely, your loving cousin, Dorothy Walker Baker. P.S. If this isn't Audrey, if she has passed, then I do apologize for this intrusion. Though, if you find yourself able, will you help lift this weight off my conscience? Conscious.
Oh, yeah, that's wrong.
Will you help me figure out what happened to my sister? Oh, that's fine. I don't think I picked up on that this was intended for Audrey, but I guess she's dead, so we got it.
Ooh.
That's funny. I kind of like that. It means that we're actually part of the story.
I'm definitely part of the story.
I agree, Allie.
Thank you. I'm in it. Okay, here we have a family tree, in case you couldn't keep track of everything.
I definitely can't.
Okay. Oh, it's weird because it's upside down, kind of, right?
Yeah.
So you've got Walter Walker.
He's the guy who I believe founded the Oasis, which means that his dad, John,
right?
Yep,
oh,
John right there, who was the priest, and their mother,
Mary Ann Elizabeth Laurel.
So first we've seen of that name.
Yep.
And then let's find the names that we know. Maybe that'll do it. There's Beatrice. Beatrice and Dorothy.
Yes.
So Beatrice is dead. Dorothy is now alive still, trying to figure out what happened to them. So Walter was their grandfather. Mm-hmm. And then who's that? Ben? Mm-hmm. Does that say Ben? Mm-hmm. Does that mean that's a cousin or something?
Yeah.
So she married her cousin Ben?
Hold on. No. In-law. So Samantha Baker married Timothy Walker.
Okay.
And then her brother John married Mary Samuelson, and they had Ben. So they are cousins.
No, they're flat out cousins, hon.
If my uncle has a child. Yeah. Oh, you're right.
Yeah, so she married her cousin.
Okay, that's a lot.
Huh. One mystery has already been solved. They're cousin marriers. Oh, no. And then it looks like out here on the side, we've got Hobart and Audrey appear to be brother and sister. Mm-hmm. What does the dotted line mean?
I don't know.
Why does it suddenly... Maybe this is like other family that...
Maybe we don't know who their parents were.
Well, we do.
Hi, Aunt Liz.
Hey, Liz. So, okay, maybe this will make more sense as we continue. But right now it seems like Hobart and Audrey are brother and sister. Where's Matthew, the guy who's sent out all the letters and stuff? Matthew's here. Matthew is also a grandchild of the Walkers. So it's all the same generation.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, but wait, though, because I think Timothy and Helen are brother and sister of Walter. Because... Otherwise, he doesn't have children. So it's Helen, who is a grandchild.
Oh, nothing springs from Walter.
He never had kids.
Oh, we already know
uncle.
that he's the uncle.
This is sister, brother. Helen married Francis. They had 4 children. Timothy married
Matthew?
Samantha. They had 2 children, Dorothy and Beatrice. Samantha's brother John married Mary Samuelson, and Ben is their kid who ended up marrying Audrey, who's way out here, not attached to anyone.
Audrey, no, because she's, I guess, related
Mary
to...
Samuelson's
so Audrey's super removed.
Okay. Something says something in German. So I'm going to look that up really fast.
There's unser Platz in der.
Unser Platz in der Welt ist Family. Unser Platz... Yeah. Oh, here it is. Platz. Believe it or not, I actually can't remember that by...
I just wanted to show people.
Welt ist Family. Okay. Oh boy, everything's in German. Oh boy.
You have to...
I know, I have to do Google Translate. I'm sorry.
Yeah, just copy the text and then look up Google Translate. That's what I always do. There's a lot of translation needed in Hunt a Killer, both in the premiums and the monthly boxes.
Well, it's kind of cool because it's like a cipher that everyone knows the answer to.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, it's not a complaint. I'm just saying,
cool.
I do a lot of translating.
All right, what's on there? An eagle? Is that a wolf?
Maybe like a badger. Is this the Hogwarts crest? No, it looks like a wolf and an eagle. We have the wolf.
And then there's snakes down at the bottom.
Thing. Yeah, there's a lot of snake stuff going on.
Our place in the world is family.
Okay, so it's all about family.
Oh, cool.
All right.
Hi,
so,
Kath. Hi,
Hey, Mom.
Kelly.
Hello. All right, so let's go to the scrapbook, the photo album. So we'll do page 1.
Okay.
2 kids sitting
In
in
a
a little
tub.
tub outside. Now, I already went through this entire photo album, removed every photo from the book, and flipped them over. On the back of the photos, there are inscriptions. So this photo of 2 kids in a tub. Beatrice and I before Oasis, our old house in Santa Fe.
Does this have anything on the back of it?
No.
Okay.
And then there's a little nursery rhyme.
Rub-a-dub-dub. 3 fools in a tub, and who do you think they be? The butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. Turn them out, knaves, all 3.
I want to point out something absurd, maybe. The butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. We already know. We already know that Beatrice, who's dead, was a Walker baker.
Okay.
Right? She's the child of Timothy Walker and Samantha Baker. Butcher, baker, candlestick maker. A little
Okay.
twee, but you never know.
I know.
This, I think, is going to be massively important to solving these bizarre ciphers. On page 2 of the scrapbook here, there is a card, 3, with 2 arrows.
I think I know it.
You think you already cracked it? There's a lot of color coding too.
So here's
Blue
what
letters,
I think.
red letters.
I think so. You know how on the keyboard, you and I, when we're doing stuff, we are always, when we do passwords, sometimes we move a certain number of letters to the left or right.
Yeah.
I think if it's red, you move 3 letters to the left, and if it's blue or green, you move 3 letters to the right.
That's a really good idea.
All
So
right,
are we talking
so-
literally about a keyboard? Like
no. I'm thinking like
QWERTY
I'm just
keyboard?
thinking like all the letters laid out like an alphabet.
Okay.
And you like literally go, if it's L, it's 3 letters over from L.
Okay.
So I
Yeah,
don't
I'm
know
down
the
with
best
that.
way to do this.
Well,
but
here's a
maybe I
very
should.
simple example. LIRS. Let's see if we can come up with a 4-letter word based off of this idea.
Okay.
So
you never have paper and pen, and that's really what I want.
let me get a paper and pen.
Okay, thank you. I really would also use Excel for this normally, but that's okay.
Well, do you want your laptop or something?
No, it's all right.
No?
It's going to take too long. It's
Okay.
fine.
All
I'll
right.
just write it out.
All right, I'll get that same notebook we used for season 2.
Perfect. Hi, everyone.
Yeah,
Happy New Year.
Vamp for a while. Tell people.
New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
So cool. I saw a comment from someone. I couldn't read it because I don't have my glasses on, but hold on.
All right, we're going to use the Hunter Killer pen, which I hope works.
From Christy, who says, "You do not know how happy I am to see this video. LOL, I needed the break from obit searching. Oh, I hope no one died, but I'm sorry. But I'm glad that we could give you a break today.
A break is good.
A break is really good.
And then I have a better pen if that doesn't work.
Okay.
Here, just use this just in case.
Okay. Thank you. All right. So,
LIRS.
LIRS. So I'm just going to write out the alphabet. A, B, C, D.
Al's bragging. She knows the whole alphabet. Pfft.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
LIRS. So L is red, so you're thinking that means
left.
3 letters to the left.
1, 2, 3.
I. All right.
So I'm going to actually just put that on the. Actually, what I should do
Maintain
is,
that because we might need to use it a bunch.
No, but I'm going to do like.
I also have Post-its.
No, I'm going to just start the alphabet where it should start. So if it's.
Oh,
1,
right, 'cause
2,
this is
3. So I'm going to just do it here. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I'll show you guys what I'm doing in a second.
Yeah, I see what you're doing. If it's a consistent cipher, what Allie is doing right now, she's written out the alphabet A through Z. Then, right above it, she's going to write out the alphabet 3 to the left. So A will have like a, what would it be, a D right above it. And then she's going to do it the other way as well.
Yeah.
So that way we have a consistent thing that we can always jump to.
So this is left 3, and this is right 3. So this is going to be, instead of starting there, I'll go 1, 2, 3. So this is going to be D, E.
And there you go. That way, this card we will always know is represented by what Allie's doing. We can look at any cipher and pretty quickly go through it and say that L is equivalent to this letter. Since it's written in red, we'll move 3 to the left.
Okay. Let's try this.
You're good?
I don't know how this is going to work, but let's try. Okay, so
Yeah,
L.
let's find out.
So L is going to be I.
Okay.
Then I green is
This is
going to be
gonna go-
L. R O. S is V.
Well, I'm pretty happy with it. X. We have an X as well. Red.
You. I love you.
I love you. So there you go. LIRS is ILOVU. So in the 60s, I guess they were still doing, text speak, leet speak.
Okay, so let's try this one. So I is going to be F.
Oh, can I point out something? Yeah. Christy Spink says she's working on the family tree. So she's digging through obituary archives.
So a lot of people have died, but a while ago.
A long time ago.
That's
all right.
so cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
This matches up our task so well.
Aren't you glad you're taking a break from doing a family tree to have us sit here and try to figure out this family tree right in front of you?
I'm going to brag on my family for a minute. My grandfather's crazy into genealogy, and he actually built our family tree going back 13 generations or something awesome, and knows all this crazy stuff. It's really, really cool.
Well, he turned out to be Swedish royalty or something.
French.
French?
Okay. Yeah.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Napoleon Bonaparte over here. Was he royal?
No, what? No. He was an emperor, but only because he made himself an emperor.
Yeah, I'm an emperor
really good
too.
General.
I'm going to make myself an emperor someday.
Yes. You should. A is D. Find.
Oh, Al, you cracked the code already.
I know. Sorry.
I'm just going to take the rest of the night off.
Okay. See you later, honey. It says find me.
Find me. That's what this says?
Yes.
I love you. This is find me.
This one says I love you. We did this one?
Do this one. This is all in red, which makes me wonder if it's the same
Okay.
Key or yeah. Well, that basically already solves it to me, I think. V? Yeah, that looks like a V. So is it O?
It's S.
Oh, I don't like the sound of that. IKNS.
That's a Z. Uh-oh. S. K. Uh-oh.
Keep solving it. Maybe this is a 2-level cipher.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, it would be weird if they all were just exactly the same cipher. Is that an R? Oh, maybe it's an R. Yep, it's I know.
Uh-huh, okay.
Okay, R. I know. Is that right? K-R, yeah. O is L. L is I. N is K.
I know show.
H is E. R is O. X is U.
Yeah, this is weird.
Okay, let me just make sure that's right. I know. What?
I think mind if I... Down here at the bottom, we already know that X is U, and we have I heart. Maybe it's written from right to left. I heart you. Does that make sense?
Could it be... Wait, is this last one here, is that an E? No, R is O. Okay.
What does it say based on what you did?
I know. SHOLIKEOU.
I know show like OU. I know show like OU. I know show like OU.
This is fun. Okay.
Yeah, this is interesting. So we're back to having just a standard red blue. So hopefully this will be.
Yeah. Okay. So E is B. H is E. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. B.
K. Blue. Hold on. N. L is I. V is S. Q is N.
Ben is.
Oh.
Yeah, Ben, who Dorothy was supposed to marry.
L.
Or the reverse, who Beatrice was supposed to marry, and Dorothy did marry.
Q is T. Ben is not.
What is Ben not?
What is Ben not? Oh my God. Okay. A. Ben is not A. God, I just want to know. Okay. I'm working on it. Sorry. B. D.
Oh.
Baker?
Ben is not a baker?
Yeah.
Ben, who's supposed to be, according to this chart, the son of John Baker and Mary Samuelson, Ben is not a baker. This says Ben is not a baker. So we've got I love you.
Find me.
Find me. We don't know this one necessarily.
Because it's a little weird.
But Ben is not a baker. That's obviously pretty significant.
Hi, Sarah.
Hey, Sarah.
Sorry.
Okay. So then that's also weird because Dorothy then lived for like 50 years thinking her sister Beatrice died mysteriously, was supposed to marry Ben. Dorothy did marry Ben and became Dorothy Walker Baker. Is she not Dorothy Walker Baker? Because Ben's not Baker, so who the hell is Ben? Did somebody kill Ben?
Listen, Ben.
Right? Like maybe the family tree is right that there is a Ben Baker, but maybe that's not the man that Dorothy married.
Yeah.
That's real weird.
I know. I'm just solving this one more time.
Yeah. No, that's the last one that we don't understand. So while you do that, I'll read this.
Oh, I made a mistake.
What?
I know who.
Oh.
Sorry. I know who. Okay, that's better. Sorry.
Okay, so you have an answer,
better.
sort of. I'm going to read this, all right? This is the Charter of the Oasis Community, Gila Forest, New Mexico. Preamble. I, Walter C. Walker, and we, the descendants of John Barry Osiris Walker. Oh, you have it?
I know who likes you.
Okay, all right.
With a
So
little
three of them are a little kiddish.
Yeah, these feel not so important. Find me, I love you, I know who likes you, but then Ben is not a baker is different. All right.
I know who likes you is weird, though, too. And it ends with like an I heart, right?
Yeah.
Does that...
Who was writing these to each other?
We
Dorothy and Audrey?
Dorothy. No.
Dorothy
and Beatrice. We think because Dorothy has had this little box in her possession forever without being able to open it, that these are notes from Beatrice to Dorothy 50 years ago.
Kid.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right. So Ben is not a baker is the thing to really take from that. This seems to be the manifesto, the like.
Oh, the Oasis notes.
Yeah. So I, Walter C. Walker, and we, the descendants of John Barry Osiris Walker, in order to obtain the benefits of self-government and home rule in this land we now occupy in the Gila crossed outward forest, do in rejection of the common unjust laws and society at large, adopt, ordain, and establish as our charter and form of government this Charter of Oasis Community.
National Forest is what it probably says. But it's like been redacted. I'm thinking maybe they don't agree that they're in the nation.
Maybe. Okay. Article 1, Founding Principle and Community Tenets. The founding principles upon which we shall build our new glorious and free society are hereby recorded in these tenets. 1. Do not long for the outside world. It is cruel and unjust and full of temptation.
This sounds like the Dr. Bronner's notes on the side of the bottle.
All clean, all one.
Yeah. All one God, all clean.
Look at this. At the top of their charter, right here, they have their own symbol. The ring is a snake chasing its own tail. There is a wolf and an eagle inside it.
Layered on top of each other.
See that?
Ooh.
So 3 things. Wolf, eagle, snake. No, wolf. Yeah, wolf, eagle, snake. 2, we cannot save everyone, only ourselves. Compassion leads to death. Let them come, but do not seek. Number 3, the land is our mother and our child. She is our guardian and our ward. Article 2, name and rights to the community. Body, corporate, and politic. Oasis, as it now exists, constitutes a body, corporate, and politic. Under this charter, it shall have all rights and powers of local self-government and home rules as are now or may hereafter be provided or necessarily implied by this charter.
It sounds like this guy may have taken a legal course or two in his undergrad degree.
Yeah, perhaps. The powers mentioned in the preceding section shall be exercised only by the elder council or the chief elder in particular. The powers mentioned... So I'm guessing this the chief elder in particular is circled, and I think there's going to be a lot of politics about who's in charge.
Yeah.
So I think this is maybe about who's able to do what because they're supposed to be the leader. The chief elder has the full right to limit the powers of any parties deemed unfit for or removed from their duties. The corporate name shall be Oasis, and it shall thus be designated in all actions and proceedings touching its rights, power, and properties. Its boundaries shall be and remain as they are at the time of this charter. Whatever. Elder Council. This might be important. There shall be an Elder Council of Oasis composed of 2 elder members and the chief elder, each who, at the time of his appointment, must reside in Oasis for a minimum of 1 year and be a direct descendant of John Barry Osiris Walker, or the spouse of a direct descendant of John Barry Osiris Walker. So that becomes massively important. The only person who can be in charge of the Oasis has to be a descendant of John. Mode of election. All members of the Elder Council shall serve only with the blessing of the chief elder. Passing of an elder. When an elder dies, a new elder must be selected from the family of by the remainder of the council. The chief elder must have final approval of the selection before the new elder may commence their duties. If the remaining elders are incapable of selecting a new member, the chief elder may exercise his power of unilaterally choosing a replacement member. Then there is a handwritten note. Where is 301D?
It just says 301D question mark. It doesn't say where is.
Well, whatever.
Sorry.
The chief elder notes. First chief elder. The first chief elder of Oasis shall be Walter C. Walker, as granted by his power as founder and director of the development of Oasis. Elected chief elder. When the incumbent chief elder of Oasis steps down, a new chief elder may be chosen by appointment of the abdicated chief elder, by decree of last will and testament, or by election of a 3/4 majority of the community. There's a handwritten note that's crossed out with a question mark. The sacred bloodline of John Barry Osiris Walker. The only way to rise to the elder caste, the prerequisite for election to the elder council, is to meet the requirements set forth here. The person in question must be over the age of 35, a citizen of Oasis in good standing with the chief elder, a member of the sacred bloodline of John Barry Osiris Walker, or marriage. The only method to integrate into the sacred bloodline is through the rite of marriage. Candidates for marriage in this instance must already have a connection to the sacred bloodline through an established union of a biological relative. Wait a minute. Candidates for marriage must have a biological relative, so they have to marry each other, right? Is that what you get from that? Like, you have to marry your cousin in this world.
Marriage into the sacred bloodline. The only method to integrate into the sacred bloodline of John Barry Osiris Walker is through the rite of marriage. Candidates for marriage in this instance must already have a connection to the sacred bloodline through an established union of a biological relative. So it's got to be a brother or sister of someone who's already in it.
But for a candidate of marriage, like, you can only marry somebody who's already in the gang, right?
But they could be like a...
Right?
Yeah, I guess. That's gross.
Yeah, a little gross.
Ugh.
All right. This is about rituals. This is going to be important. Initiation and right to membership. Rights granted to community members. Members of the community of Oasis have the right, under the protection of the chief elder, to maintain personal property assigned to them by the chief elder, to speak at community direction proceedings, underlined here, to speak freely and openly of their thoughts and feelings without fear of persecution. B. Initiation ceremony. An outsider may enter into the community of Oasis with full rights granted to members by participating in an initiation ceremony. The outsider must pledge allegiance and fealty to Oasis and the chief elder under water oath. Sounds like it's some baptism or, yeah. The outsider may gain additional privileges within the community if the ceremony is taken under blood oath at the discretion of the chief elder. Members of the sacred bloodline may be assigned a totem. This totem is a symbolic representation of their inner selves. So maybe that's what we're talking about with wolves and, yeah. Marriage. Married men and women receive a special blessing from the chief elder, and therefore an additional degree of privilege is conferred unto them. Ergo, married couples may reserve their own lots of land for their use so long as the lot does not intrude on a pre-existing lot. The lot is within the borders of the commune. The lot does not exceed the size of one hectare?
Yeah, hectare.
Hectare?
It's like a measure of an amount of land.
The chief elder reserves the right to choose appropriate marriage pairs from the men and women of Oasis. The marriage pair selection shall be made in the best interest of Oasis and, when possible, to maintain the integrity of the sacred bloodline.
Goodness.
We're coming to the end here.
Oh, please.
I know, it's a lot. Ceremony. The marriage candidates must declare their intentions, the man and the woman, to serve each other and the Oasis community to the best of the abilities, with honor, respect, and love, while under blood oath. Marriages are about a blood oath. Chief elder shall ordain the marriage candidates in the essence of the chief elder's totem, whether it be with blood/flesh, in the case of animals, or with paste, in the case of plants. The chief elder will then announce a blessing and condone the joining of the two souls. Okay. Funeral. Unless a blood oath was broken by the deceased, every member of the Oasis is entitled to a funeral ceremony. In the case of the death of a member of the sacred bloodline, a private ceremony will be performed by only the chief elder. The resulting ceremonial site will be sacred and private, free of intrusion and visitation.
Uh-oh.
You can't visit the dead.
No.
If you're banished, this is cool. An individual may be banished if they forfeit a blood oath, they prove incapable of assisting in the growth of Oasis, or they are determined to be, underlined here, a detriment or danger to the society in a grave and serious manner. All communication with the banished will be silenced. Failure to respect the banishment of a failure is failure to respect the well-being of Oasis. All right, so if you're out, you're out. The blood oath is an oath under which the penalty for perjury is death or banishment. Water oath. An oath under which the penalty for perjury is imprisonment, punishment by thirst, and forfeiture of possessions and wealth, the specifics of the forfeiture to be established at the time during which the oath is administered. Sand oath. Haven't even heard of this. Sand oath is an oath under which the penalty for perjury is the forfeiture of wealth to be collected as a fine given to the elder council under direction of the chief elder. I raise my hands to hold up the sky for all of us in Mother Earth.
Grounded.
In Mother Earth, yeah. Walter C. Walker, chief elder, guardian of Oasis.
Wow, that is a lot of blah, blah.
Walter C. Walker was a pretty kooky guy. So then we have, let's go into some photos. Two girls sitting in a field.
I see them. Okay.
What does it say on the back?
Beatrice and I photographed by Dad.
Okay. Then we've got a girl and a guy.
Our parents. I wish they could have seen me get married. They passed shortly after we moved to Oasis. Uh-oh.
Oh. So Beatrice and Dorothy's parents died shortly after coming to Oasis.
Samantha Baker and Timothy Walker.
Oh, so Samantha Baker, wasn't she
She's Ben's aunt.
Ben's aunt, dead? There's a picture of a house, nothing on the back. It's their Oasis home. Bunch of photos of the two girls. I think that these are all of these are photographed by Hobart, who is like Ben's cousin or something. Whatever.
Well,
Hobart, Audrey's brother. Beatrice, Hobart, and I loved spending time together. The three fools. Wait a minute.
I know. I thought there were only two kids in that tub.
There are two kids in the tub on page 1, but rub-a-dub-dub, three fools in a tub. And who do you think they be? The butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. Turn them out, knaves all three. Beatrice, Hobart, and I loved spending time together. The three fools. Was Hobart secretly in the tub?
He was under the water.
What were you doing, Hobart? So is one of them a butcher, one of them a baker, one of them a candlestick maker? In some metaphorical sense. Bottom photo. My favorite hat. I loved wearing it. Lost it in the woods long ago. So I'm guessing that the woman in the hat is Dorothy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is that still Dorothy? Do they switch? That look... Whatever. I embarrassed Beatrice. Told her she and Hobart should marry. Photographed by Hobart. Hobart wasn't embarrassed. All right. There's a photograph just before the rehearsal. So lovely, impossible to tell Beatrice had just had a tooth pulled.
Wait a minute. Beatrice had a tooth pulled right before she died?
I don't know if it's right before she died.
Because she died the day after the rehearsal dinner.
Oh, is that right? So is it part of a ritual? They wanted one of her teeth? This is one of those things where I'm like, they talked about carving messages onto trees, and there's a tree in this image.
Yeah.
Yeah, the night before Beatrice died, and everybody's standing around. It's looking like the Last Supper. You know? I guess maybe Ben, I think that's Hobart. They don't look happy. Walter doesn't look happy.
None of them look happy.
Yeah, why would they be happy, I guess? All right. Top photo. Everybody's working on a table, like putting stuff together or something. Walter's just standing off to the side, being lazy. And the inscription on the back says, Uncle Walter never liked petty work. And in the bottom, Beatrice and Hobart had more fun that day than anyone else.
But they weren't the ones getting married.
Does that maybe absolve Hobart?
I don't know.
Everybody else is bummed out and upset, but Hobart's happy. Next picture, Beatrice's grave. Wild herbs grow there now.
So there's a bunch of stones with little stacks, and then there's some snakeskin on top of it.
Is it snakeskin?
Mm-hmm. It's either that or like pantyhose, but I think it's snakeskin.
Yeah. The weird, it's like a Blair Witch thing. They have around her grave, you can see around the top, there are like little stacks of rocks.
Rock stacks.
Rock stacks.
Okay.
All right. This page appears to be important. Uncle Walter and Aunt Helen at the grave. I heard Aunt Helen yell something about Grandpa John. And then the below photo appears to show Walter visiting the grave. I thought you weren't supposed to visit graves.
Well, Walter's the chief elder. He's the one who gets to do all the stuff.
I guess. And then on this page, we have, interestingly enough,
a little snake charm.
We have two charms. One of them that Allie has right there, a silver snake with red eyes. And then this one, a feather. So are we maybe to think of these in conjunction with the wolf pendant? You know, this is the symbol of
the family,
the Oasis, right? The snake rings around the wolf and the eagle together.
Sure.
So now we have three of the symbols. Two of them were in the book. One of them was hidden. Maybe we have to be wondering what... Bless you. Maybe we have to be wondering what the wolf represents, why it's worth hiding.
I don't know.
You know?
It has little numbers on the back. I will remind you of that one more time.
I know, but I'm not convinced that Hunt a Killer like embedded numbers, you know? The other things... I'm sorry.
You don't think they're capable of that?
I'm sure they're capable of it. It feels like it's a manufacturer's thing, though.
Okay.
Like the snake doesn't have a number on it.
Right.
The feather doesn't have a number on it.
Okay.
Blessing the wine and blood.
Uncle Walter. Sorry. How could I mess that up? Okay. So then it's a picture of...
A ceremony.
This was when Ben was accepted into the Walker family, photographed by Cousin Luna?
Cousin Luna.
Oh, yeah. One of Helen's kids.
Okay. All right. So
Benjamin E. Baker. Oh, he was the elder, chief elder from May 30th, 1969 until his death January 7, 2016.
So that means that Walter stopped being the chief elder like a year after Beatrice died?
Yeah. Loving son, devoted husband, and magnanimous leader, forever will his contributions to Oasis be remembered, from working from the beginning to establish Oasis, for contributing as our first dentist and doctor.
Got a tooth pulled.
Yeah. He killed Beatrice.
You think so?
Yeah. For advising our leaders past, for protecting us from the dark outside, for leading us to prosperity, we will raise his hands to hold him up for all of us grounded in Mother Earth. Yeah.
Ben Baker. Ben, who we now know from Beatrice's own writing, who is not really a baker.
Yeah.
Went on to become the chief elder.
His middle name E?
Benjamin E. Baker.
Okay.
Yeah, that feels significant. Otherwise, it wouldn't be there. His mother was Mary Samuelson. Right? Yeah, Mary Samuelson and John Baker. E. If he's not Baker, maybe the E is a hint of who he really is.
I think he killed her.
Yeah.
He pulled her teeth.
Christy Spink says, I think he killed her because she found out his secret about not being a baker. That could be. I want more of a motive. And we're only halfway through this book of pictures. So we've got pictures of Walter accepting Ben into the Walker family here, blessing wine and stuff. Then we have photos. I'm guessing maybe this is Dorothy and Hobart looking upset.
Yeah.
So,
oh, God, hun.
I know, it's tricky. I'm going to try to show off a little bit some of the images. So I think it's Dorothy and Hobart. They appear to be the same people from before. Now we know that Beatrice is dead, so they're no longer happy. Look like they've aged 50 years. Okay. Significant. Our wedding. So confirmed. This is Dorothy and Ben getting married. Our wedding ceremony. The snakeskin was Uncle Walter's blessing of our union. No inscription on the back.
So wait, Walter's totem then was the snake.
You think so?
Yeah, because in the marriage ceremony stuff, you're supposed to use your piece of your totem to bless other people.
Okay, so
you use their skin and flesh.
Well,
remember?
Also, though, remember way back in the beginning in Matthew's letter to Audrey, he says something about how, I think it was Helen, hated snakes.
Yeah.
If Walter is symbolized by a snake, are we to think of Walter as having been, a deadly doodly?
Probably. Little doo-doo.
A little doo-doo man. He's definitely a doo-doo man one way or another. All right, so check this out.
Okay.
Chief Elder Decree and an attention letter. Which one of them came first?
Okay.
November 22nd, 1968. All members of Oasis. Attention! The tragic death of my sweet young niece Beatrice should be a wake-up call, underlined, for all of us. I think we can all agree that the Chief Elder's mishandling of the investigation of the events that led to Beatrice's death has done more harm than good to our peaceful community. I call for an emergency election for a new Chief Elder, and I step forward to present myself as the most viable option to be our next Chief Elder. I will not allow the lackluster security and beguiled disregard for our livelihood that my little brother Walter has demonstrated. He is a slithering pest.
Snake.
And a danger to our community.
And I think Helen is the eagle, because look at her her stuff.
Helen, yeah, she has an eagle at the bottom of this thing right here. So Helen is the eagle. She was calling for his
resignation,
but she wanted to be in charge. However,
we know Ben is in charge.
Chief Elder from May 30th, 1969, until his death, January 7, 2016. Then came this, 5 days later, Chief Elder Decree with a snake on it. I love this. I got to tell you, I legit love the idea that everybody is represented by one of the weird animals of the Oasis.
Yeah.
To all citizens of Oasis, you may have noticed various communications from Elder Helen. Her statements are libelous, and she is engaged in a smear campaign against me. Any conspiracy to harm me personally also harms our community, my beloved family, all of you here in Oasis. I raise my hands to hold up the sky for all of us grounded in Mother Earth. Cool. Signed, Walter C. Walker. And then finally, there's this. Ode and Elegy to Love and Loss for Beatrice, written by Hobart. O joyous day, the trees and creeks, they spake to me, and granted me the gifts to know thy beauty. Fair thee glows. The night does shake in fear of thy banana dawn.
Banana lamps.
Would that which breaks upon my lonely dark horizon cast no shadow, only light in my own eye. In harmony and spheres betray your ghost, your angel skin. Within a vision, I have found at last, long last, my happiness. My Beatrice, dear Beatrice, adorned in light, in velvet crowned of naught but love. So Dorothy embarrassed Beatrice by saying that Beatrice should marry Hobart. Hobart has written poetry here.
Yeah, I think they're pretty into each other.
And Oasis has basically arranged marriages. So I'm guessing Walter said, Dorothy, you're going to marry Ben.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. All right, second poem.
No, Beatrice, you're going to marry Ben.
Yeah, my bad.
And then Ben's going to pull your tooth.
And do some sort of ritual or something.
Not good.
Oh, somber night, the stars now overwhelmingly bright. Must I now shield my face from such malicious fate as this? At turns my beacons shining hope and love. But now, the herald signal, my impoverished, dark and lasting doom. If only I could summon flight like the birds you envied so. You could elevate my spirit soaring over clouds and sun above, so I might look upon where you have made your mark, the deepest reaches of my heart. Beatrice, my lasting love. Hobart. So she liked the bird.
Okay.
Right? She looked up to the birdies.
Sure.
The snake she was forced to hold. No, this is Dorothy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay,
The whole animal thing seems very
This
significant.
fell out of the book at some point.
It's at the way end.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah. Well, you can. Doesn't matter. A photo. I saw Aunt Helen poking around the archives. One of Uncle Walter's assistants arrived, and she pretended to gather herbs. We know that herbs grow at Beatrice's grave. Aunt Helen poking around the archives. And then I guess one of Uncle Walter's assistants means like they're like agents of Walter out there.
Ooh, this is going to be fun.
Oh, we have another cipher.
Yay!
Wonderful. Ben's personal items found in a cigar box after he passed. That's what we have that follows. Ben's parents. Oh, well, this is hugely important now. Ben's parents. A photo of them. And a thing that says, Our Family 1936.
Is there anything on the back?
Or is there anything in the photo that... I think this is what it says on the back.
Ben's parents. Found with note taped to the back.
Found with this note, I'm guessing.
Okay. Oh, that's all it says. Found with note taped to the back.
Maybe this is the note.
That's the note.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
So is it a different cipher? Because it's not written by Dorothy.
Okay, so there's a bunch of dates on here.
So we're going to find out the truth about Ben right here, maybe.
Oh, boy. I don't know if these are dates or numbers. They're not dates.
Yeah.
They're numbers. May
So
23rd, 1960.
it's an insane page with like a bunch of scrawled dates. So you can see like 51/5/8, 47/1/7, 51/14/10. So these, not dates. It's not the 51th day of the 14th
You're the 51th.
month. Yeah. And then, this May 23rd, 1968. Well, wait a minute. If we're in 1968, maybe this is the same cipher, because this wouldn't have been written by Ben.
Ben?
Ben.
No, it's not the same cipher because we would need red or blue. We don't have either.
Yeah, there's no color coding.
Okay.
May
So,
21st,
The
1968.
other thing about these is that they're all the same length. They're all 6 letters long,
Oh, that's interesting.
which is interesting.
And if these were found in a cigar box of Ben's, this is some crazy thing about Ben's motives or who he really was. Oh. Hey, Susan.
Hey, Mom. Oh,
Hello.
Christy has something. If they're supposed to marry family and he isn't a baker, he may not be family, which would make their marriage not legal if people found out about it.
So
he would
maybe-
never be able to come an elder if not family.
So maybe Ben had to lie about who he was to infiltrate the Walkers, and he tried to convince Walter that he was a good boy, so that Walter would say, like, yeah, you're going to marry Beatrice. But maybe Walter didn't want to marry Beatrice. Maybe she resisted him, right?
Maybe she knew.
Because she really wanted to be with Hobart. Maybe she knew the truth about him. So he killed her, but he still needed to become a member of the family because he wanted to be in charge of the Oasis. So then he was able to be put in charge somehow. I wonder how he was put in charge above Helen. But then that way he gets to be the patriarch of Oasis for 50 years. So he succeeded, if we're right. Ben snuck in, married one of the daughters, and ran Oasis for 50 years. Who's he really?
Okay. So I'm trying to figure this out, puzzle this out, the cipher. Here's what I know. It's 6 times 12, which means there's only 72 letters.
There's
on this
72
page.
letters in the card, okay?
And I think it never has a number bigger than 72 on here, which is a good sign, which probably means that it's the numbers. It's probably the number of the letters.
Are there 72 groupings on here?
No, there's more than that.
There's more?
Well, maybe not.
Maybe not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Is that at the end of a sentence?
I don't know.
Question mark.
Yeah, there is punctuation.
This is a note.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29,
I don't
30,
think there's
31,
72.
32.
I think I know what it is. I think they're in groups of 3, and I think it's like letter 67, letter 3, letter 7, letter 42, letter 21, letter 9.
I think you're right.
Do you think that's right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, if that's right, I might pull up my computer and just do it using Excel because I feel
Really?
like that's going to be like just a little faster.
Okay. Why don't we do that then?
Okay.
Do you want me to get your laptop?
Yeah.
Where is it?
I would rather use my work laptop actually, which is somewhere in my office on the chair.
You can use this computer. Whatever you want. I'll get
my work laptop.
Okay.
I'll work on that. Thank you. I hope this is right. Sorry if it's not, guys.
Just like the first sentence.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. It's a lot of counting, though. I don't know if I'm really ready for that. Whew. I'm not good at that. I know, but you're all the way over there. Okay.
Just to see if we're on the same
I know.
the right page. I think we're crushing this, by the way.
Crushing it. Thank you.
You bet.
Oh,
All right.
look. Some pins that show that I'm escaping. I've escaped places.
Yeah. Our buddy Mike owned an escape room.
I escaped it.
So Allie has some pins from that. Unlock escape rooms. So, all right. The 67. Well, there's a plug right.
I know, but I don't think I have my plug.
All right. What's a short sentence here? I guess. All right. 67, 3, 7.
Okay. I actually have to get my charger. I'm
6,
sorry.
12, 18, 24. Can you get out that way? Or you want to come out this
I can
way?
Get out this way. Okay. No, there's so many wires.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
This way.
Sorry.
You deadly doodly.
You're a dead doodler.
Don't call me dead. Ugh.
You're dead.
You're dead.
You're dead.
I'm a bad man. They spake to me. Yeah.
You speak to me.
You spake to my heart.
Hobart.
Allie, you own my heart.
No.
All right, let's see. The 67th letter, and then 3 and 7. So 3 and 7 are simple. P, I. And 67, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30.
God, how do you do that?
36, 42, 48, 54, 60. A.
Is that the same, right?
API. I don't feel good about that. API. And then 42, 21, 9. So we know that that's 30, 30, 36. No, 6 times 6, that's 36. Right there. So 36, 36, 42. So the 42nd one is U. Yeah, I don't feel good about this.
Okay.
6, 12, 18, 19, 20, 21, UK. Yeah, I don't feel good. 6, 7, 8, 9, UKV. I think
That's not right.
cool idea, but I don't think it's right.
Okay.
Yeah, because otherwise every word on this would be 3 letters long.
No. It's not 3 letters. It's just in things.
What do you mean?
Like, it would be like, it could be anything.
Oh, it could be one of those 3?
No, I think it's...
So what we're trying to say is this page is all written out 3 numbers. 28/31/1. And we have this card that has everything grouped in 6s. So it's very easy to say, there are 6 letters here, so there are 12, 18, 24, 30, 36. Should we be counting up to the 42nd letter and writing it down?
I can't believe how fast my computer just booted up. Wow.
It's
That's
good
magic.
stuff. All right. So we have 3 digits all over this page with punctuation. There's some punctuation there. Some of them end with question marks. And so what Al is doing is she's going through and she's trying to decode. Are these words? This appears to be a letter. Here's a first sentence, period. Second sentence, question mark. And it seems like our way to solving it is this card, where we have groupings of 6 letters each. BJP, MGU, 6 letters, followed by another grouping of 6 letters. 12 groupings in all. Is this somehow the key to solving this? Out of control. I don't know. And there we are.
Hi.
Say hi to everybody.
Hi. Okay, I realize this is not making for great TV.
No, it's all about solving it. This is like, as we go live, we got to do what we got to do. And maybe for the video I post on YouTube, I'll cut out some in the middle, put that video there to explain what we're doing.
Okay. So, all right. So I've coded in, like, this is the set that we're looking at. This is our, like, key, right? So we think. But I can't really see any, like, trends. Like, I noticed that the first number is really high, which makes me think it's a letter count, right? So I feel like that might be a letter count.
Yeah.
But then what does 3 and 7 refer to? I mean, could it be like back 3 and up 7?
But that's so kooky. Especially because that would mean that Ben has the same weird cipher as Dorothy. Maybe, hey, in-game explanation. Maybe this is how Ben realized that Beatrice was onto him.
Because he was playing the same cipher game?
Yeah, he read her ciphers and saw that she wrote, Ben is not a baker. Right?
All right, so let me try that, right? So if it's...
APIUKV.
It's not, though. I'm saying, like, if it's the 67th letter minus 3 plus 7.
Oh, well, that's not the same Beatrice cipher.
It's not?
No, Beatrice only went 3 to the left or 3 to the right.
No, I know, but...
Let's do both.
Okay, so... Sorry, I have to code this in. So, okay, so it would be equals VLOOKUP. This number... Nope.
So it's not that. All right, so let's try the Beatrice cipher then. We've got API. Let's assume that we're going to the left for now.
Oh, you mean by 3, back 3, up 3?
Yeah, because then maybe it's.
No, because they're in one color, hon.
Let's try it.
Okay.
We already have one cipher key,
Okay.
right?
What do you want me to do? Minus 67? Minus 3 from everything?
No, because then that would be going based off of this now. I'm saying now we're just in the alphabet. So what is A equivalent to if you go 3 to the left?
Nothing, because it's not A anymore. It's before A.
So before A, 3 just wraps around, right?
Okay, X. I think the sentence starts with X.
It doesn't hurt to eliminate.
Okay,
The thing you just did led us nowhere. Let me do something that might lead nowhere. So A minus 3.
X.
Okay. A plus 3 is D.
D.
Okay. What is P plus 3? S?
You've got it right there. S.
Yeah, which also does not feel correct.
Okay.
All right, so maybe we just eliminated the thing.
All right, great.
All right. So yeah, again, I feel
like this date means something, 5/23/68, but maybe not.
May 23rd, 1968. Yeah, I don't see what the benefit is having this date at the top. May 23rd, 1968. All right, let's see what else is. I think this is going to be the thing that we're going to be spending most of our time on. Let's see what else is in the thing before we stop. I think there's like barely anything.
Okay.
We have a picture of a young man holding a snake with nothing written on the back.
I'm going to keep coding, sorry.
And a postcard. To Dorothy from Matthew. March 4, 1969. Glad to hear the wedding was a success. I'm sorry, but another day in Oasis would have killed me. Please tell Benjamin hello for me, and that I hope things work out. So the picture of the young man holding a snake, a rare photo of Matthew. Matthew is somebody that we have not spoken about much in this, but strangely, Dorothy chose Matthew to get this information out. And are we still to believe that this is an item that was in Ben's cigar box? Why would Ben have a photo of Matthew in his cigar box.
That says that he didn't want to be near them anymore, right?
Yeah.
Oops.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's weird. And then the final item that I just don't understand is this. A ripped out part of a book.
It is Machiavelli's The Prince.
Machiavelli's The Prince. So I'm going to look up some information about The Prince that maybe this is a metaphorical sort of...
So Machiavelli wrote The Prince, and it is all about how leaders would rather be feared than loved.
Is that right?
Yes.
Well, why this section?
I don't know. It's a dedication to someone random that we don't know, but I'm just saying that's what it is about.
Dedication and then several chapters. It's like the first 25 chapters of The Prince.
Whoa.
Yeah. But it's also really small. It's like a pamphlet that I could read with dinner. So I don't know if it's like...
You read philosophy pamphlets with dinner?
Well, yeah, of course. How cities or provinces, which before their acquisition have lived under their own laws, are to be governed. What?
Colonies.
It is customary for such as seek a prince's favor to present themselves before him with those things of theirs which they themselves most value, or in which they perceive him chiefly to delight. Accordingly, we often see horses, armor, cloth of gold, precious stones, and the like costly gifts offered to princes as worthy of their greatness.
Yeah, it's like, that's a weird one, right? I mean, of course it's weird, but it's like extra weird because it's all about like an adoration of leaders. Like, it's really strange.
Well, you know, obviously the Oasis was a bizarre little power trip for Walter, who appeared to be leader during the time of Beatrice's death. Helen wanted to be put in charge. For some reason, was not. We don't even have any indication that she died.
Or something, yeah.
And then Ben was put in charge.
Yeah.
So maybe Ben... I really think
Ben
that
was
Ben
Walter's son.
contrived to be put in charge.
Shoot.
And I think that he killed Beatrice to make Walter look like an unworthy leader, right? That under Walter's watch somebody was killed. That doesn't look too good, which helps excommunicate Walter, and now they need someone else. But the idea that Helen wanted to be put in charge and wasn't is a real question mark for me.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back to the beginning.
Okay.
It was so political, you see. Mother and Uncle Walter were at each other's throats. It was always chief elder this or bloodline that. It was maddening. I was just a vermin catcher at Oasis. I mostly kept to myself. I took care of the snakes. And now we have a rare picture of Matthew holding snakes, so that makes sense. In fact, I was the only one who could handle those snakes. Mother hated it. She detested snakes, couldn't be near them. Then Uncle Walter got hold of me. Uncle Walter believed strongly in the totems that Grandpa gave his children. Are the totems the wolf, the eagle, and the snake?
Yep.
And since I knew my way around animals, he enlisted me to take care of procuring ritual supplies. Snake skin, snake blood, venom. No. Skin, blood, venom. Is it like blood of a wolf, skin of a bird,
I wonder.
venom of a snake?
Well, no, it must be skin of a...
There's snake skin in here, but like, you know. I admit, soon I was just as much a part of their corrupt system as they were. That's when I knew I had to get out. I left for the outside world. But that's not why I'm writing you. You see, they say Beatrice died of natural causes, but I don't think that's true. Dear Audrey, I know it's been a while, but I think it's time to tell someone what I know. I just don't have a heart strong enough to tell Dorothy. Maybe you can tell her when she finds you. As you know, Uncle Walter was always a bit different. Grandpa John always gave such inspired sermons at church, but when Uncle Walter broke away and set up Oasis after Grandpa died, I think he felt like he could be as inspiring.
Who said when they find you? Who's finding whom there?
Dorothy wants to find Audrey. But as we now know, Dorothy's package didn't get to Audrey, it got to us. And so we are helping solve the death of Beatrice from 50 years ago.
It was like that really good book, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Like,
yeah, a little bit.
Like from a scrapbook, like solving Helen.
Crazy old politics. Yeah.
And like trying to figure out what happened.
Yeah, where we're going to find out that like Beatrice didn't die, she ran away.
I hope so.
And became someone else.
She was missing one tooth. Glad we haven't found her tooth. That'd be gross.
Yeah, me too. What's up with that? Let me go back to the page where they talk about, because that feels not insignificant, that Ben was supposed to be
I mean, clearly Ben killed her.
the dentist of the...
Well, the woman he was marrying the next day that he didn't end up marrying because she died. Like, that
Right.
seems like, I mean, the husband did it. Like, if anyone's ever
I know.
watched my favorite, or listened to My Favorite Murder.
Before the rehearsal, so lovely. Impossible to tell Beatrice just had a tooth pulled. Again, I want to go through these photographs and see if there's a hidden message in a picture. Like, there's got to be, pictures are a great way to tell the story and make it visual, that now we can see the players.
Yeah.
But I wonder if there's something more to it, where if you take a closer look at one of the photographs, you'll get additional information out of it. Here's something interesting. Mm-hmm. There's a photo of Ben's parents, and here's a photo of Beatrice's parents. It feels semi-significant. And Ben's father has a tie clip with a little symbol on it.
That snake looked like a tie clip, but maybe not.
No, it's clearly not the same thing. Huh. But you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think it's just an X. So yeah, Beatrice and Dorothy's parents were hippies. I mean, they're all hippies living in this commune. Yeah. I'm going to stand by what I believe the solution is. Ben wanted to be part of the family.
Why?
Beatrice found out that he's not really a baker. For power, yeah. Beatrice found out he's not really a baker. He was set to be married to her, which would have accomplished what he wanted, to be part of the family and maybe rise up the ranks. Then, because he was found out as not really being who he said he was, he killed Beatrice, which had the bonus side effect of making Walter look like he was inept, that one of their own got killed. So then Ben, the only thing I'm confused about is the transfer of power to Ben,
Yeah,
but then Ben somehow contrived to get married to the other daughter, and then somehow put in charge and lived out 50 years.
Dispatches sent. Those little, like, telegraph things.
Yeah, they're here. Interesting. So they were before these. November 27th, 1968.
That's after this.
Yeah. Helen saying, I don't know. I don't think I even have a hint of when the wedding was. Do we even know when Beatrice died? Aside from 1968? One way or another, I think that this is the final
Okay, so
hurdle.
I'm looking at this. Plus sign is the 27th letter. A trigram. Oh no, this doesn't work. I'm reading about a trifid cipher, which is a classical cipher invented by Felix de la Stele in 1902. It combines the techniques of fractionation and transposition to achieve a certain amount of confusion and diffusion. Yep, that's true. This is confusing though, because there's too many numbers.
Yeah, it's frustrating because I think I know what's happening. I think I know what transpired. But I think
figure out what the heck this is.
I think somehow this is going to be a letter from Ben's family or something saying to...
Or from Ben, like, revealing his evil plot, basically.
Yeah, but why would he do it in this way? And it was written a long time ago, right?
Yeah, in the 60s. What's this eyedropper?
I'm thinking the eyedropper, which is one of the few things that we haven't really focused on, was used to administer poison. Right?
Probably shouldn't lick it then, huh?
Yeah, don't lick this. I already did, and I feel really sick, but...
Okay. Do you feel like a little snake?
I think that's just part of the confirmation that this is filled with poison. I'm going to tell you what, Al.
What?
I'm going to read the solution envelope.
No.
I think we know it.
But I don't think...
I won't
have to solve the cipher.
I'm not going to read it out loud. No. I'm going to read it quietly to myself. You can figure out this cipher, because I think this is the final hurdle. I think we don't need a cliffhanger. I think that we can solve this right here, right now. But then maybe if I know how to solve this, you and I can play a game of hot and cold and I might be able to help guide you. What do you think? When I did the 1934 box with Kristen, she eventually read the envelope, and I had to guess what the solution was.
Yeah, but what if we never solved this cipher?
Well, I don't want to just have a future video that's just cipher solving.
All right.
So I think we're at the end.
I don't feel good about this.
No? Well, I'm going to read it quietly to myself. All I'll do is hem and ha and say and wow.
Okay.
All
Well,
right?
maybe you should, go do it somewhere else, and then...
Why?
All right.
I'm very confident that my solution is correct. Does that sound plausible to you, what I've set forth?
Whatever.
No, what do you think? I'm
It's fine. Do whatever you want.
You think it's no, of what I'm saying actually happened, how she died and who killed her.
Yes, I think so.
Okay. Yama, hama. This is cool. There's a little pattern. There's a little pattern in the envelope that says spoilers over and over and over. Okay. Here we go. The solution envelope for Hunt a Killer 1968. I have opened it. I'm about to know everything.
I'm so happy for you.
Oh, first it's giving us... Interesting. So it's giving me sort of the inventory first to make sure that we have everything that we need. That would be a bummer if we found out now that there's something we're missing.
Where's the snake?
Yeah, this isn't really a spoiler. All right, listen, I'm going to tell you guys, all right, warning, what I'm about to show the screen is just to confirm that I haven't read a spoiler about the story yet. This is the only page I saw, and it's just saying what the family tree is, what the pictures are, what the scrapbook is. I haven't read the solution yet. I'm going to go back to the beginning. Rub-a-dub-dub, 3 fools in a tub, and who do you think they be? The butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. Turn them out, knaves all 3. What if Ben not being a baker, maybe it's literally he has a different name?
Yeah.
Maybe it's also he's the butcher.
Yeah.
Like literally
Murder.
he's the murderer. And the candlestick maker. But then we have the 2 kids in a tub who are Beatrice and Dorothy, and Hobart is referred to as one of the 3 fools later on. There's something to that I'm missing. There's going to be a very sort of twee reference, I think, in the solution envelope that I have overlooked. But I'm very confident of who the murderer was and everything. So, all right. Here we go. Yeah, okay. So I'm right about something. Yeah. So we picked up on a lot of things here, hon.
Okay.
I don't have a solution for this yet, but we've been pretty right on the money for a while. Oh! I read just enough to, I think, know how to crack the thing.
Am I on the right track at all?
No. You're not on the right track
At all. Okay.
What is one of the things that we have not made much use of?
The poem?
What poem?
Hobart's poem?
No, we know what that meant. He was in love with Beatrice.
The charter?
The charter? No. We learned about, you have to be married through blood.
Book.
The book.
Shit. Okay.
Doesn't that feel frustratingly obvious now?
No, not really. Okay. Oh my god, it's only got 70 pages in it. 67. Oh, this is the fucking...
All right.
This is the charter.
I'm not going to read any more.
This is the cipher from National Treasure, I think. Okay, 67th page. Or no, from not National Treasure. From
Did Nicolas Cage
Yeah,
just
he did.
help us solve this mystery?
67, probably paragraph 3, word 7. Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In.
Page 42.
Page 42. Thank you.
Oh, that's so frustrating.
It's so frustrating. No. 21. No. How can that be?
21st word.
Maybe it's the 21st word and the... So then I gotta go back. Hold on. 67. Third word, 7th letter.
Maybe.
67. Third word, change. 7th letter. There's no 7 letters.
Okay, so it's not that. Page 69.
No, 67 is the first one.
Okay, 67.
Okay.
Yeah, the paragraphs, the second number can't be paragraphs because, 21, we already know that it might go up to like 30 or something.
Yeah.
There aren't going to be 30 paragraphs.
So it's
the
gotta be
word.
words.
Or line.
Oh, line. Good one. And then seventh word or seventh?
Yeah.
Seventh word. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She.
She. Now that already sounds
But
scary.
any word, anything could be like
No,
that.
I'm already
It could be
scared.
Like,
Page 42.
of oats.
She
Perfect.
bunches of oats. She bunched my oats, and I had to
Okay.
do away with her.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
Ninth word.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Does.
She does.
Oh my God.
Go to page 3. Line 2.
Okay.
Sixth word. Is it not?
Not.
I knew it. I just guessed. All right. Page 46.
Maybe you can guess all the words.
Maybe. She does not. All right. I've got some
Should have
time.
known this. This is from something, and I can't remember what it's from.
It's from Red Dragon.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, wait. I'm gonna make myself a little cheat sheet really quickly. I'm sorry. Do we have better
Here.
paper? Thank you. Because I just want to like mark.
I'm gonna tell you something.
What is it?
I'm gonna
Don't
tell you.
me anything.
I'm gonna tell you something right now,
I don't want to know it.
baby Bambino. When we do escape rooms, sometimes we need to get a clue on the teleprompter.
Yeah.
I consider what we just did
A glue.
getting a clue. I didn't read how to solve it. I didn't read what the solution was. I learned where to look, which is the same as being in an escape room and then saying them going like, "Look at the bookcase. Are you sure you looked at the bookcase?" I can't believe we didn't think to pick up this book again.
I believe I said it. We can go back and watch the tape.
I will never do that. I'm going to go through this and edit out dead air, and I will.
You'll edit out that I ever said that.
Yes, I will remove any reference that you made to something intelligent, and I'll make it look like I figured this out on my own.
By reading the solution.
I'm also going to crop you out of the video. It's going to look like
Well, it's going to be really, really boring then.
you don't know that.
I know it. A.
Final word.
Okay.
Page 48.
It's going to be secret or something, and none of it means anything.
Line 20.
Oh, for fudge's sake.
For the sake of fudge. Line 20, word 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay. We can finally read the message.
Yeah. She does not seem happy about the marriage. Are you certain she is the right one?
Certain. This is for the greatness of our community. The crime to betray friends hazards death.
Understood. I will obey. Be cautious of the young one with wings.
Oh, I have seen him. He has grown to one for you over the years. What?
Keep going.
Do not let him ruin this. He has a secret.
No, I say this.
Okay.
He has a secret I can exploit if necessary. He has a possession I need first.
Do we not all have a secret? So wait, what are they really saying?
Nothing. Like literally nothing. They're saying someone has a secret, which is probably Ben,
Yeah.
right? Because they know that he's
Well, no,
not
this
a
is probably
believer.
one of these. Probably is Ben, right?
Right.
Because
Okay.
in Ben's possession.
We have another cipher.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
What's this got going?
I think I. This is really silly, but I guess I know it.
Give me a clue. Do you have a clue?
Kind of. The coded message can be solved using the date as a key.
Yeah. You don't
All
know.
right. Here's an example. Ready? In the first group, BJPMGU. So what we have here, use the date. May 23rd, 1968 would become 052368. Agreed?
Yeah.
All right. Each group of 6 letters will then be shifted backwards by the corresponding number.
Okay.
For example, in the
Okay.
first group, B is not shifted because it corresponds to 052368.
Oh, I'm so smart. Oh my god, I'm so smart. Okay.
What?
I just did something really cool.
What'd you do?
The way I solved it, like, is really cool. So basically, like, so now I'm going to VLOOKUP this, right? So I'm going to VLOOKUP this cell, B, right? Because I want to see it here. And I'm going to look at it this many columns over of itself, right? So I want to look at this array. If you guys don't know Excel, learn it. It's awesome. Column index number is going to be this number. See?
I see what you're saying. So then it's just going to automatically write the message. Because earlier, Allie wrote out each individual letter of the bizarre coded message and put them in order of in what sequence these numbers appear. So BJPMGU becomes, letter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And then over here, that's all right, whatever. On the far right, she lists out how these are supposed to shift. So May 23rd, 1968 becomes 052368. So that's a 6-digit number to say how you should shift these letters. So B gets shifted 0 times because 05. J gets shifted 5 times backwards because of the 5 in May, and so on. So Allie has essentially everything she needs at her fingertips to automatically write out this message.
Dang.
Now, it's probably not going to write it out with word breaks, but it doesn't matter. We'll be fine.
Oh, no, wait a minute. Fridge.
Don't say fridge.
I have to say fridge.
All right, fine. Say fridge.
Okay, I'm going to say fridge. Okay. Shit. Okay, it's slightly trickier than that. So basically what I'm trying to do here is I have, this is the alphabet. So actually I'm trying to look up in each column. Not as smart as I thought. Okay. In each column, I'm trying to look up from this. So in the first column, B looking up against itself is B. In the second column, I need to look up J to figure out.
I see what you're saying.
Corresponds with. So I just have to recode it really quickly. So
yeah.
C1 is going to be this, looking up in this table.
Good luck to all you players out there who aren't going to be able to come up with your own Excel tool to solve this. You have to sit there and count.
I might have actually not read the solution, so
count through everything backwards. Well, hey. Sometimes you need a hint. Am I right?
Oh, heck yeah. Okay, and then we're going to do...
Ready?
Benjamin, thank you for giving me the... Oh, my God. Courage to be myself. Happy 34th something.
I mean, probably birthday, right?
Happy 30th.
Happy 34th, signed Matthew. So Matthew wrote a coded message to Ben saying, thank you for giving me the courage to be myself. Happy 34th. Which would mean that Ben was born on May 23rd, 1934. 1934 is the first Hunt a Killer premium box. That feels like an Easter egg. Mm-hmm. We have this photo of Ben's parents. Our family is what it's written.
1936.
From 1936. Only 2 people, no baby.
So
Ben is not the child of the Bakers.
Right. Matthew is. No?
Oh, you think so?
Thank you for giving me the courage to be myself.
We've solved everything, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm going to read you the solution. Are you ready?
No.
Do you want to make your final assumption of how things were done? We believe we know who murdered Beatrice. Yeah?
So Ben was not supposed to be in charge because he was too young. He was under 35 to be chief elder.
Oh, well, that's interesting. So maybe that's why he had to fake his identity in the first place. But he wanted to be in charge, right?
Yeah.
Who do you think killed Beatrice?
Ben. But
how do you think he killed her?
Tooth thing. Venom of a snake. From Matthew? Why would Matthew care?
Matthew is now thanking Ben in a message. Give me the courage to be myself. Some form of collusion there? Mm-hmm. What do you think? Literally, how do you think Ben killed Beatrice?
I think he extracted her tooth and put venom in instead or whatever.
In place of the tooth.
Yes.
Here we go.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Most of the solution envelope is explaining the individual clues, what they mean. So for context, I want to just say, it'll say coyote charm. The coyote was the totem of Dorothy's parents. It was tucked away and forgotten when Dorothy could no longer get inside the jewelry box.
Okay.
It'll say things like that. Okay? Here is the solution.
Okay.
Ben murdered Beatrice to keep his adoption a secret. So he could become part of the sacred bloodline and gain power, all in accordance with his plan to become chief elder.
Okay.
Now, that's ding, ding, ding. We were right on the money with that the whole time.
I didn't know he was adopted.
I didn't know
we knew he wasn't.
We knew he wasn't a
blood.
baker.
Yeah.
We thought it meant that he had a secret identity.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I guess
he
the
did.
adoption is problematic if you have to be part of the bloodline. Beatrice discovered that Ben was adopted and not truly part of the Baker family, as evidenced by her note to Dorothy, one of the coded notes saying Ben is not a Baker. If she told Walter, he would have dissolved the union. She can't marry somebody who's not part of the bloodline.
Right.
But because of the laws written into the charter, she would still not be able to marry Hobart. We already said we believe Hobart and Beatrice loved each other. She tried to reach out to Dorothy, but Dorothy misunderstood the meaning of her message, and so the sisters never got to discuss what to do, which would have to be done in secret and away from the commune to avoid notice. By envenomating Beatrice at the rehearsal dinner, removed tooth, exposed wound, venom into the wound in her mouth, killing her.
I got it.
You got it. Ben was able to keep his adoption a secret. He knew that by developing a good relationship with Walter, he would be the first man to be married into the Walker family at Oasis. If it wouldn't happen with Beatrice, he knew his place by Walter's side would ensure a marriage with Dorothy, and the rights to eventually become a part of the Elder Council and, eventually, Chief Elder. As it turned out, that's exactly what happened. Hunt a Killer, 1968.
That was cool.
We solved it.
I'm a little still like I don't understand exactly why he would want to be in charge this badly. That he'd be like murdering people and stuff. Is there money? There must be money.
No, it's
right?
like a power trip, right? Like no matter what, you get to be in control of this thing.
I just feel like there should have been something like the whole thing was sitting on an oil reserve or something, so that like because he had some knowledge about like how.
Well,
you know?
I mean, only because we read about the actual circumstances of the murder, it doesn't mean that we got everything, right?
Yeah.
So, like the scrapbook, the best way Beatrice had for collecting her items and stowing them away. Dorothy found some old things hidden in Ben's old cigar box after he passed. The things that Ben had hidden, he did not want Dorothy or anyone else to discover. The family tree. There's some stuff here that... where did I see it? I saw somewhere a reference that Matthew... Yeah, here we go. Matthew is secretly in love with Ben. Walter, who needs to feel control and is interested in growing his family of Oasis, would be able to use the language in the charter to banish Matthew if he felt so inclined. So, like, there are other parts of the story that we don't see because we're concerned with the who, what, when, where, why of Beatrice's death. But there's other bits of story. The snakeskin left on Beatrice's grave by Walter. It's not customary to decorate graves of family members or even to visit them. You know, so like there are other things that you can discover from the solution envelope other than literally the events of the murder.
Yeah.
There's a whole world of story that they created.
That's really cool.
That was really cool. Hunt a Killer 1968. The second.
We did it!
The second premium box.
With only 2 clues that
Two
were
clues.
really major.
Yeah, they were pretty major, but I think we did really well. We discovered the clues didn't really change the way that we understood the story.
I know.
We pieced together the mystery on our own.
Yeah.
You know? So, wow. There you have it. Thank you all for joining us on this adventure to dig into Hunt a Killer 1968. I feel very proud of us that we were able to uncover, frankly, I think, everything. Everything.
So much stuff.
Yes. So there's a lot more in the Hunt a Killer universe out there. If you have not watched my videos before, you can check out all of the monthly unboxing videos that I have done on youtube.com/talkbomb. As of this recording, I am waiting for season 3 to begin.
Yes.
That means there are 2 entire seasons of Hunt a Killer that I have sat down and cracked. Allie joined me for the season 2 finale just this past month. I've also done Hunt a Killer 1934, the first premium box with my sister Kristen, and I have Hunt a Killer 1973. Is that right? Is that the number?
I don't know.
Sitting in the next room, just waiting and watching. So thank you all again for tuning in. We hope you had a good time. Thank you, Allie, for being part of this little adventure and being the supreme detective.
No problem.
All right.
Thank you, Will.
Get out there. If you want, you can follow me. I'm at Haunted Sponge on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Stay tuned to TalkBomb.com for a bunch of crazy free comedy shows. I do a horror show called Guide to the Unknown with my sister Kristen. Every week we sit down and talk about monsters. I've got a new show coming up with my buddy Bobby where we watch the entire Jackass series and review it, which is a little weird, but it's fun. That's all at TalkBomb.com. See you guys in the future. Happy New Year. It's time for us to become part of the past. We'll see you in a future Hunt a Killer video, but until then, happy hunting.